Hello, my name is Jasmine Richards. I'm a children's author. I'm also the founder of a fiction production company called Storymix. Think of us as a bit like a movie producer, but we do that for books. I'm here today to talk to you about the art of pitching. In my time, I've done a lot of pitching. I've worked in publishing houses where I needed to pitch to sales directors and PR departments to try and convince them to take on a book that I really wanted to acquire as a publisher. I've also had to pitch to my agents and publishers when I've been writing my own books. And certainly as the founder of Storymix, I'm constantly pitching new ideas to publishers and to film and TV companies of exciting stories that I'm creating that feature kids of colour as heroes having adventures of joy and fantasy. Okay, so I do a lot of pitching. One of the first things that I would say to you, and this is really, really important, is make sure that your material is ready. And I mean really ready. The problem with being a writer, and I've been there before myself, is as soon as the thing is finished, and by finished I mean a first draft, maybe even a second draft, it starts to burn a hole through your desk and you feel like, right, I've got to get it out there, I've got to show it to people. Just take a moment, make sure you've shared it with people that you've trusted. Is it as strong as it possibly can be? Really, first impressions count. Make sure that you're sending out material that is doing your idea and doing your writing justice. So that's my first tip to pitching, making sure the material is actually ready. My second pitching tip actually is to think really carefully about who you're going to send it to. Do your research, do your reading online. If you're sending out to agents, there's a great resource called the Writers and Artists Yearbook. The green one is the one specifically for kids' books, but either the green or the red will do you just fine. That's a great place to start, but other places to look are at the books that you enjoy reading. If there's an author who you really admire or who you think would sit next to in a bookshop, then try and work out who their agent is. And if that's not immediately identifiable, have a quick look in the acknowledgements page at the back of the book, because really often authors thank their agents, which is not surprising because agents do a great job of getting your work out there and landing your book deals. So try and find the names of agents of authors who you admire or who you think you sit next to in the marketplace. Next thing, and others might not agree with me, but I actually think your title is really important. Have a go at trying to create a title that is intriguing, that gives you enough of the story to sort of place it in sort of time and space, but gets the person who's receiving the pitch to want to read more. I think we don't spend enough time thinking about the titles, and titles are notoriously difficult, but it's worth spending a bit of time to think about your title. Linked to that, have a really good idea about what your log line is. And by log line, I mean your pithy pitch in a sentence or two sentences. Some people call it your elevator pitch. The idea about your elevator pitch is you get into a lift and you end up meeting the CEO of a publishing house or a TV company, and you want to pitch your idea to them, and you've got maybe a couple of floors to do it in. How do you get your pitch down into a sentence? Some of the best pitches out there are in films. Films are a great place to try and learn the art of this. So if we think about something like Aliens, that was pitched as Jaws, but in space. Immediately you get the idea, a threat, a never-ending threat coming for you, but this time it's set in space. Have a look at films, have a look at other books. They're normally the strap lines that you get across the bottom of the book or on the back. Those are called your strap lines or your log lines. And if you can think of a really cool, strong one, that's going to help get your book to the top of the pile when it gets sent out to publishers. So those are some of my top tips for pitching. So 1, make sure your work is ready. Okay. 2, do your research about who you're actually going to send it to in terms of agents or publishers. Take your time to do that, do your due diligence. 3, think about your title. And 4, think about your logline. Hope that's helpful. I can be found on storymix.co.uk, on Instagram. I'm there as Write On Author, and on Twitter, J Richards Author. Do keep in touch, and the best of luck of applying for the Jericho Prize.